Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Natural Vibration. This is your November twin flame reading. I have already shuffled the cards to save time. And we've got some very interesting cards, all right? Once again, these are general, so may not resonate with everyone. Just take what resonates. And I let the rest fly. If you like my readings, it would be great if you could please subscribe to my channel. I also have Instagram and a Facebook page called Natural Vibration. I do more daily readings there, so if you want to follow me there as well, that would be great. Or you can follow my personal page called Ritnika Nan in case you're interested. All right, so let's get started. So let's get the overall energy for the Divine Masculine for the month of November. We have Angel de los Muertos, transition to the spirit realm. And then we've got the two little witches, magical space clearing. So what I'm getting is in the month of November, the Divine Masculine's overall energy is very spiritual, all right? If you haven't seen my my reading, which is for the Halloween week, you should definitely check that out. And that talks about big changes happening. And I feel like November is going to be a continuation of that. We've got transitions to the spirit realm and magical space clearing. I feel like the Divine Masculine is definitely getting more into their 5D space, into their spiritual space, where they're connecting with the higher spirits of the land. All right, I feel that all that negative energy that they've been holding on to, I feel like that's definitely being cleaned and cleared out. This is happening all with the help of the divine, with the universe. All right, I feel like the universe has sort of taken control in the month of November to help the Divine Masculine cleanse their energy from all that negative stuff, the stagnant energy that they've been holding on to. There are some major transitions happening. One part of their life is ending, the spiritual, the muertos, one part is ending and a new part is starting. And this is happening because the universe is working, and the angels, the guides, whatever you want to believe in, is working together with the Divine Masculine to have them clear this space energetically. Remember, anything to happen in the 3D world, in the physical world, has to first start with the 5D, with the spiritual. So this could even mean that if they're surrounded by karmic situations, karmic patterns, and they want to kind of get out of that, all of that can only happen once the energy is in alignment with what it is that they want. So I feel like the universe is pushing the masculine to kind of, come into this space where they're letting go and transitioning to a new space. The Divine Feminine's overall energy, and it's very interesting, she got back off. And I'm pretty sure this came up in the last week's energy reading as well. The Divine Feminine has sort of been on a bit of an defensive mode. She's kind of built a little bit of a wall around her now, and in a way that she's like, okay, I don't want to deal with you, back off from me. This could even mean not just from her twin, but from other people and situations in her life, like karmic people and karmic situations. But she's just like, the only thing I know how to control is to stay away from people who trigger me, stay away from people who upset me. So I'm just telling them to back off, stay away from me. And that's sort of the energy she's still on. She's taking that time apart. She's creating this sort of like a space between herself and others, and kind of taking some me time, like, okay, enough. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with your crap. I just want to focus on me. I want to go within. I just want to not get affected by other people's bullshit, all right? And that's what I'm getting for the Divine Feminine. The Divine Masculine in his spiritual has got healing and the serpent and knowledge, which goes very well, because spiritually he's getting completely in alignment with the universe. The universe is pushing him to transition, and that is allowing him to gain knowledge and to heal. All right, and it goes very well with the overall energy, because once you're connected to the divine, once you're connected to the higher self, to a higher spirit, that's where you can get the knowledge. That's when you can understand what's really going on, and you can heal anything that's been holding you back. The divine feminine in her spiritual has got two cards. We got the Merlin, which is alchemy, justice, and balance. And we've got the cat, independent, healthy boundaries. So, see, again, I love how connected these cards are. We've got back off and healthy boundaries. So this is, this back off is actually a good thing for the divine feminine. She's not saying back off as in like, I hate you, whatever. She's like, okay, you know what? I need to create healthy boundaries between me and others. I can't let karmic people or my twin or anybody trigger me to the point where I am getting affected, where my peace of mind is getting messed up. So she's like, okay, I need to kind of have healthy boundaries. At the same time, spiritually, she's trying to kind of find a balance. She's trying to find justice. She's trying to, manifest what she wants. But she first starts with creating a healthy boundary, all right? This is finding balance. I feel like the divine feminine gets really affected by people around her and a lot of energy from her twin. I have noticed, like, if you just suddenly start crying or get affected, suddenly you're in a very low mood and you don't know why, a lot of time it is you picking up your twin's energy. And by creating this healthy boundary, you're saying, okay, I am happy to be connected to you, but I don't want to be affected to such a point that your emotions affect my day to day, And this could also be getting triggered by other people and situations in her life. So that is really good to kind of create a healthy boundary. She is coming into her own energy. So the divine feminine is very much spiritually being like, okay, enough. I'm creating some distance from people who trigger me, creating some boundaries, working on myself, being independent, being free. And the divine masculine in the month of November spiritually is getting connected to the divine, is downloading information, knowledge, and healing parts of himself that haven't been healed yet. Now in the divine masculine's heart space, we have got the mystery and the Grail Knight. Romance, illusion, seeking the sacred. I don't know why. Every time I start doing a reading, I end up getting a cold. I don't know why. Maybe it's like a sign or something. I don't know. I like every time, have you noticed, like I'm perfectly fine and then halfway through the reading I'll start sniffling or I'll start sneezing or something. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway. The mystery and the Grail Knight. In the heart space, the divine masculine still doesn't know, still feels a bit lost. It's like they don't know what the future holds, right? They don't know where this relationship is going to go. But they're seeking the truth. They're trying to seek love. They want love in their life. They want that happily ever after. But they are not 100% sure where it's going to come from and how it's going to look. This Grail Knight card also talks about self-love and self-worth and trying to find something outside yourself to make you feel good about yourself, and what you really need is to work within. And I feel like that is something that the divine masculine is going to be working on in the month of November, is to work on understanding. And maybe that's what the knowledge that's being downloaded is, that look, you don't need to go seeking for true love. You don't need to go seeking for acceptance and other people's validation to make you feel like you're worthy, right? The masculine has a lot of, self-worth issues. But rather than to know that what you're seeking for, the Holy Grail, is within you, right? If you guys ever seen any Indiana Jones movies, right? When they go looking for the Holy Grail. So that's what this card reminds me of. And it's saying that, so I feel like the divine masculine is definitely going to be going through this this growth period in November, where they're understanding that life is a mystery. You can't 100% know that somebody is not going to hurt you, that some relationship is going to work out 100%, right? We have no guarantees. There are certain things which are written, and certain things which are free will, certain lessons we have to learn. And I feel like Yeah, they're trying to figure out. And I feel like this month is going to be a lot of growth for them. They're understanding this process. They're understanding and they're trying to understand at least, or they're learning lessons about self worth and self love and how it's not about the outside. The outside is a mystery. The only thing you can control is your internal world. And that is what they're going to be working on their self love or understanding that they are the holy grail that they have been trying to chase. The divine masculine does want that happily ever after, but they think that you need external factors to make you feel good about yourself. And the truth is, that's not the case, right? You don't need external validation. You need to work on your own self worth to know that you are good enough, and then the external will just reflect that back to us. The feminine in our heart space has got creative optimism and action. Yeah, I feel like the divine feminine, because she's created this healthy boundary, she is now being more optimistic, because she was being very affected by the external, by other people, by 3D reality, by other people's energies, her karmic situations. Karmic doesn't just have to be a karmic partner, right? It could be your parents, could be family, could be lessons in your life. She was getting really triggered and really affected by it. But now that she's sort of learning to make healthy boundaries, she's allowing herself to create and manifest what it is that she wants. She's working towards that. And at the same time, in the month of November, her heart space is now being a little bit more optimistic. It's like, okay, maybe things can work out. Maybe I should focus on my healing. Maybe I should just focus on me. And why can't, if I can manifest a cup of coffee, if I can manifest money, if I can manifest whatever, because I've tried to manifest a lot of things and I have. Excuse me, a little sip there. So if you can manifest other things, why can't you manifest love? In When it comes to manifestation, the energy of $1 million and energy of true love and an energy of a cup of coffee is the same. We in our mind think that, oh my God, to manifest love is harder and I can manifest a cup of coffee faster, because that's the programming we've put in our head. That's the energy we're giving out. But the truth is, it's all the same. It's all energy. All right. And if you haven't watched, there's so many big, powerful, successful people, actors, other businessmen who have spoken about this, about how they have manifested things. So why can't we manifest love? Why can't we manifest our happily ever after? Of course we can, right? And that is what the divine feminine is coming to this understanding. In the physical, the masculine's got death. Very interesting. The death card does not mean death. It means it's death of a self and a new chapter beginning. Death is about transformation. All right. And this is in the physical. That means that physical change is taking place. So you see how it's being trickled down. The energetic is trickling down and is making them realize the self-worth issues in the heart space. And that's making them make physical changes. Physical changes with their lives, with their partners, with their karmic situations, could be anything. The divine masculine in the month of November is going to be making physical changes. Physical changes towards the feminine. All right? Death is change, ending of one cycle and a new cycle beginning. The divine feminine in a physical has got the ego, spirit, integrity, connection to the angelic realm. So I feel like while the divine masculine is making changes and while growth is happening, the divine feminine is connecting more to the divine. And I think that's great, because I feel like when you're more connected to the universe, which the divine masculine is also doing, but she's doing that in the physical. This could be going back to a healing practice, going back to yoga, meditation, praying, whatever it is that you do. I feel like a lot of us might have lost that. Lost that. I know I have, for sure. I don't do it as often. And I know it gets reflected in my readings. I know it gets reflected on how often I do my readings. I know it's because I have so much other work that I just don't. And also because I'm actually, changing residences for about a month. I'm going to Goa to my parents' beach home for a month because I need that space. I need that quiet time. And I feel like I know when I'm on my own, I'll be able to go back to my healing practice. I'll be able to go into my meditation and get that going again so that I can then come back, you know, reformed. So I feel like I also, and I completely resonate with this, I feel like I have sort of not been doing all the things that I used to do. Let's put it that way, right? There's a lot more I should, daily EFT, Reiki, all of that. I haven't been doing it. And I feel like for a lot of divine feminines, they have lost certain things that they were doing. And this could also be because of the pandemic and how things are going, but there's definitely been, and I feel like that's coming back. In the physical, the divine feminine's gonna be really working on her connection with the divine. So now I asked the universe, what is blocking the divine masculine? And we've got two cards. We've got Treasure Island, which is all about, everything working out. Like, I'm surrounded by luxuries. I'm so grateful. I have all the abundance in the world. And then we've got a time for a nap. And it was reversed, which is very interesting. I'm trying to make sense of what is going on by looking at these cards and by looking at this. Now, time for a nap is reversed. It means it's no longer time for a nap, right? I feel like what's been holding the divine masculine back up till now has been that they have not wanted to take up. Okay, I'm getting two answers, all right? So everybody is different. So I'm getting two answers. For some, I feel like they've been really focused on their money and they've been gung-ho on towards making their treasures, making their money. And because of that, they haven't had time to kind of take a chill pill, take a moment to pause so that this healing can happen, right? If you're so gung-ho and you're just so focused on making money, being successful, focusing on your career, on your money, blah, 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 you don't have time for this. You don't have time to stop. And I feel like that might have been what's been holding the divine masculine back because they're so focused on the treasures, they're so focused on, getting to their end goal. For others, like I said, it could also mean that them, even though they realize the divine feminine is this abundance for them, is their happily ever after, they haven't really been wanting to move forward. All right. And they've sort of been taking a nap. But I'm getting for most, it's the other. That they've sort of been, they haven't had time to pause because they've been so focused on getting their treasures sorted, right? Their career sorted, their money sorted, their financial sorted, their goals sorted. And that's sort of been holding them back because you need that little bit of time, right? To kind of go within and focus on your healing. The divine feminine, what's holding her back, we have not for you. It's so simple. When this card popped up when I was shuffling, I was like, okay, that's simple enough. What's holding the divine feminine back is this lack of self-belief, lack of faith in this connection. And I know I've seen a couple of other readers also mention something similar. So, I was like, hey, look at that. I feel like the divine feminine has sort of been thinking this is not going to happen. Thinking that whatever it is that she wants, it's not going to happen. And that's probably going to change by once she starts going, being more connected and more healthy boundaries and start connecting to the universe and the optimism starts coming back in. But what's holding her back is this deep down fear that it's not going to work out. That this is that I am living in a fantasy world, that I am delusional, thinking there's something here when this person doesn't give a shit about me, right? For some of us, we haven't had contact in years, right? So you're wondering, is this real? Is this all in my head? Am I literally just making a delusional escape for myself? These thoughts do pop up. They have popped up for me as well from time to time, right? Especially when we're in that lower vibration, especially when we're getting triggered by people. That stuff comes up. So what can we do in that process is to connect with our higher self, create healthy boundaries, connect with the higher self. So the month in November, the divine feminine is doing the right thing, all right? And hopefully this will change. Now let's look at the union energy. We've got the overall energy of snow angel. The signs are with you already. So when it comes to the union energy, both divine masculine and feminine already know deep down what is meant to happen. So even though there are the negative vibrations, and even though the divine masculine is more focused on his work and the divine feminine is like, no, this is not going to happen. This is the fear, right? Talking. This is the ego mind talking, who's trying to kind of protect you from getting hurt. But the signs are all telling you. So, like I said, I don't know if you did I say in the beginning of this reading? I know I can't remember, but I've been feeling like there's something shifting for a while now. Last few weeks, and I'm sorry I'm sniffling again. Like Jesus, I don't even know why this always happens. Maybe something to do with this room. But I've been feeling that there are signs, that things are changing, that there's something going to happen. And I feel like some of all of you, if you really hone into your intuition, if you really pay attention to what's happening, you will all feel that there are changes happening. You will all feel that there is some possibility of change. So the union energy is both divine masculine and feminine already know. They're already getting the signs that something big is about to happen. Whether they pay attention to that, that's up to you, right? We've also got the power and strength card, the dragon, and we've got feelings and emotions. So when it comes to the union energy, there are signs that are telling both the parties, divine masculine and feminine, that this is the person for you, that this is the person you're going to end up with. And that is triggering them to feel a lot of things. I feel both parties, divine masculine and feminine, they need to start embracing their emotions. And I feel like that's what's going to happen in the month of November. All right? They're going to start seeing these signs. Maybe you're seeing your twin's name a lot. Maybe you're listening to the song that you guys played together or whatever is popping up. Could be anything, right? And it's sort of pushing you to realize that there is something about this connection. Why am I seeing this person over and over again? Why am I getting this feeling? The signs are there. And that's triggering all these emotions which have been held down to come out. This is also giving us the strength to carry on. When we see signs that are telling us that union is possible, it allows us to move forward. It gives us that strength to move forward. It gives us that power to move forward. So I feel like both parties at this time are definitely, being pushed towards the union. And both, I feel, to some degree already know that union is going to happen. It's just we let our ego minds and things like that come into play. Feelings and emotions are coming out. For those, maybe the divine masculine, for example, who has been hiding their feelings for so long, maybe that's finally coming out. That's finally resurfacing. Because you got to feel the feelings. If you push them down, if you don't honor your feelings, you're not going to ever be able to acknowledge them, right? You got to let them flow. Whether you've been hurt, whether there's love, whether there's anger, feelings have to come out for them to heal, right? So I asked for advice for the divine masculine, and we got 2 cards. Direction. Think about the direction in which you are headed. Is life taking you where you want to go? Simply reflecting on your direction can have greater clarity and meaning to your days. So the first advice for the divine masculine is ask yourself, where do you want to go? Where do you want to end up? Who do you want to end up with? What does your future look like? What does your happily ever after look like? Because that's going to allow you to understand where you want to go. Hence the change, right? And then we've got patience. Good things come to those who wait. There's no hurry. Have patience and everything will unfold as it should when the time is right. So this is telling us that the divine masculine might have been a bit impatient about getting to the end goal, figuring out that full picture, figuring out the best job, career, money, everything. And the universe is saying, have patience. This healing process takes time. You can't rush through it. You've only now started giving it the time. Maybe you were too focused on your work, for some of you. And you gotta like be clear on where you want to go. The universe can help you manifest, but if you're not clear on where you want to go and you're wishy-washy, if you want something one day and the next day you want something else, that's not gonna help the universe get you to it, because they don't know where you want to go, right? For Divine Feminine, one card fell out and it's fun. And I think this card came up earlier as well. Do something fun. It could be something you always enjoyed doing or something completely new. Either way, have fun, stimulates your creativity, and helps you to have a more easygoing and lighthearted outlook on life. So, Divine Feminine, don't worry about how this person is not for you. Don't worry, make clear boundaries, get connected to the universe, and then just have fun. Enjoy life. You'll be surprised how things will randomly align. It's only when we're too focused on what we want to manifest that things don't happen. But most of the time, when we're doing other things and we're having a good time, suddenly what we've always wanted will happen, right? So I wanted to pick one card from the Earth Warriors Oracle for the Union, and it is Chakana, time to cross the threshold. Look at the artwork. Look at the beautiful artwork. All right. I love these cards. They're so pretty. A threshold appears, bringing an ending so complete that it is no longer possible to return what has been. Ooh, look at that. The light of the stars is your faithful guide into this new world. As you trust in your divine connection, deconstructed forms shall reshape themselves into relevant, helpful, and beautiful new ways of living, thriving, and expressing your true self. Trust in your strangest ideas, in that which is different, inspired, or unconventional. This crossing is healing and furthers the activation of your divine potential. Changes afoot. So I told you there's massive changes happening. You won't feel in control of the process. Trust what is new, different, or exciting to you. Don't assume that unless all things happen easily, then you must be on the wrong path. You are on the correct path, even if the birthing pains to fulfill it are challenging. You are guided to reject societal norms about how you are supposed to live or what sort of things you are supposed to value. Instead, trust your own values and believe in the truths that you feel within your own heart. In time, the world will be ready to recognize and benefit from your spiritual growth. The universe is helping you in all ways, including through correct timing. At the right moment, you will leave the past behind you and enter into the fulfillment of the present moment, opening up to the brightness of your future. Beautiful. Things are changing and they're all happening in divine timing. All right, guys, I wish you a very happy November. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.